This is Earl Nightingale, speaking to you across the decades, from the crackling radio waves of the 1950s to the glowing screen in your hands today. Before I reveal the greatest lie you've been told about time, and the truth that could transform every minute of your life, I ask you to take a small but powerful step. If these words spark even a flicker of awakening in your heart, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and in the comments, share one thing you've put off because you thought it was too late. Why? Because this moment could be the pivot point where you reclaim your time. And I want you to join me on this journey to shatter the myth that holds so many back. They told you time is your enemy, that it slips through your fingers like sand, that it's always running out, that the older you get, the fewer chances you have to change your life. That's the greatest lie I've ever heard, and the most dangerous. It's a lie that keeps millions trapped, believing their dreams are out of reach, their potential locked behind a ticking clock. But the truth is far more powerful, and it's time you heard it. Stay with me, and I'll show you how to turn time from a thief into your greatest ally. I was born in 1921 in Long Beach, California, in the aftermath of the Great War, a time when the world was still piecing itself together. By the 1930s, the Great Depression had gripped America, turning vibrant towns into shadows and families like mine into survivors. We lived in a tense city where despair was as common as dust, and my mother stitched dresses by lamplight to keep food on her table. My earliest memory is of silent bread lines, men and women standing for hours, not because they had time to spare, but because they had no choice. As a boy, watching those weary faces, I asked myself a question that would shape my life. If time flows the same for everyone, why do some find power in it, while others see only loss? That question followed me into my teens, when I worked odd jobs to help my family, sweeping floors and running errands while others my age dreamed of brighter days. It deepened when I joined the United States Marines in 1938, training under the weight of a world on the brink of war. By 1941, I stood on the deck of the USS Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor, watching time compress into moments of life and death. I saw men frozen by fear and others who seized the moment, acting with clarity and courage. And I began to wonder, is time a force that controls us, or a tool we can control? After surviving that day, I carried this question into my early career, working as a radio announcer in the 1940s, speaking to a nation rebuilding itself. I listened to stories of ordinary people who achieved extraordinary things, not because they had more time, but because they used it differently. In 1956, I poured this wisdom into a record called The Strangest Secret, a message that sold over 1 million copies and touched lives across the globe. But the heart of that message wasn't just about success. It was about time, about shattering the lie that it's your enemy and embracing the truth that it's your greatest asset. Here's the lie they sold you. Time is a finite resource slipping away, a sandglass you can't stop, a force that steals your chances with every tick of the clock. They taught you to fear it, to believe that youth is your only window, that too late is a verdict written in stone. But that's not the truth. It's a trap designed to keep you passive, resigned, waiting for a moment that never comes. The truth is this: time isn't something you lose, it's something you use. It's not a thief, it's a tool, a canvas, a compass. It doesn't run out, it waits for you to claim it. Every minute is a seed, and you decide what it grows into. The lie tells you time is against you. The truth says time is yours to shape. You don't spend time, you invest it. And the difference between those who build extraordinary lives and those who drift through is simple. The builders know how to use time, while the drifters let it pass them by. This truth isn't about clocks or calendars. It's about choice. Every day, you choose whether to let time slip through your fingers or to wield it with purpose. The greatest minds, the greatest creators, the greatest lives weren't built by those with more hours. They were built by those who made every hour count. Time doesn't care about your age, your past, or your excuses. It only cares about what you do with it right now. Let me take you back to the America of the 1930s and early 1940s, a world of struggle and resilience, where ordinary people used time to defy the lie and build extraordinary lives. In 1936, I met a farmer named Henry in rural Minnesota who, at 48, decided to learn the art of beekeeping. His neighbors scoffed, saying, "You're too old to start something new." But Henry didn't believe time was his enemy. Every day, he invested an hour studying bees, reading by candlelight. By 1941, his honey business was thriving, supplying local stores and feeding his community. Henry didn't have more years. He had a vision and used his time to make it real. In 1940, a factory worker named Clara in Chicago, a widow in her late 30s, dreamed of becoming a nurse. Her co-workers laughed, saying, "You're too old, it's too late." But Clara refused to lie. She pictured herself saving lives, thinking about it daily, and spent her evenings studying medical books. By 1943, she was a certified nurse, working in a hospital, saving lives during the war. Clara didn't wait for time. She claimed it. In 1938, a shop clerk named Samuel in Detroit, in his mid-40s, wanted to start a small grocery. His family called him foolish, saying, "You've missed your chance." But Samuel saw time as a tool. He visualized his store every morning, saved every penny, and studied business at night. By 1942, his grocery was a community hub, supporting dozens of families. Samuel didn't fear time. He shaped it. In 1935, a seamstress named Ruth in Memphis, nearing 50, dreamed of designing clothes. Her friend said, "It's too late to start over." But Ruth rejected the lie. She pictured her designs in stores, thinking about it daily, and practiced sketching after work. By 1940, her patterns were sold locally, giving her financial freedom. Ruth didn't lose time. She invested it. In 1939, a janitor named Paul in Ohio, in his early 50s, wanted to teach history. His co-workers mocked him, saying, "You're too old to change." But Paul saw time as a canvas. He visualized himself in a classroom, studied at night, and volunteered at schools. By 1943, he was a substitute teacher, inspiring young minds. Paul didn't let time slip. He painted with it. In 1941, a single mother named Margaret in Atlanta, in her late 30s, dreamed of owning a bakery. Her family said, "You're wasting your time." But Margaret pictured her bakery every day, saved tips, and practiced recipes. By 1943, her small bakery fed her neighborhood, giving her pride and stability. Margaret didn't chase time. She built with it. In 1937, a mechanic named George in Philadelphia, in his 40s, wanted to invent tools. His peers said, "You're too late to start." But George visualized his inventions, thought about them daily, and tinkered in his garage. By 1942, he'd patented a tool that improved factory work, launching a small business. George didn't fear time. He used it. And in 1934, a schoolteacher named Dorothy in rural Kansas, in her 50s, dreamed of writing children's books. Her community said, "It's too late for dreams." But Dorothy pictured her books in young hands, wrote every night, and sent manuscripts to publishers. By 1940, her first book was published, inspiring thousands. Dorothy didn't lose time. She claimed it. These are real people, not legends. They didn't have more time. They used the time they had, rejecting the lie that it was too late. The truth about time is this: you don't lose it. You either use it or give it away. Every minute is a choice, an opportunity to invest in yourself or let it slip to someone else's priorities. The lie says time is a ticking bomb. The truth says time is a seed, waiting for you to plant it. When you start each day asking, what can I do now to move toward my goal? You turn every moment into an investment in your dreams, your growth, your legacy. The greatest lives aren't built by those who have more time. They're built by those who use it with purpose. A single hour, used deliberately, can change your trajectory. A single day, focused on your vision, can shift your destiny. Time doesn't work against you. It works for you, if you choose to wield it. The question isn't how much time you have. It's what you'll do with the time you're given. Look around you. How many people live as if they have forever, wasting days on distractions, regrets, or the myth that it's too late? They haven't lost time. They've never decided to use it. They're not victims of clocks. They're prisoners of a lie. And you face the same choice. Join them, drifting through life, or stop the lie right now and claim your time. This is your challenge. For the next 30 days, treat time as your greatest tool. Every morning ask, what can I do today to invest in my future? Picture one clear goal. See it vividly. Feel it as real. Write it down to make it solid. Think about it morning and night, letting it guide your focus. And act on it for 1 hour each day. Take one step, however small. Learn a skill, write a plan, help someone, create something. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Make this moment perfect. Don't fear too late. Make now the start. You're not here to watch time pass. You're here to shape it, to build with it, to create a life that matters. The lie says time is your enemy. The truth says time is your ally, waiting for you to act. Stop waiting. Start investing. Become the person who uses time, not the one who loses it. Tomorrow, when the world wakes to its routines, you'll know the truth about time. You'll face a choice. Believe the lie that it's slipping away, or embrace the truth that it's waiting for you. Most will choose the lie, letting days drift into years, their dreams buried under the myth of too late. But you can choose the truth that time is a compass, guiding you to the life you're meant to live. Time doesn't run out. It waits. It waits for you to plant a seed, to take a step, to build something lasting. Every minute is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. Paint with purpose. Paint with courage. Paint with conviction. The world doesn't need another bystander. It needs your vision, your action, your truth. Your life isn't a race against time. It's a partnership with it. Use it, and you'll build a legacy that echoes beyond your years. This is your moment to stop fearing time and start shaping it. Your dreams aren't bound by clocks. They're freed by your choices. Every thought you focus, every action you take, every day you invest is a declaration of your power. Time isn't your enemy. It's your greatest ally. Claim it, use it, become it. This is Earl Nightingale, signing off, but not before I leave you with a mission that could change everything. If this truth about time has awakened something in you, a spark of possibility, a glimpse of your own power, don't let it fade. Share this video with one person who's been told it's too late, someone ready to reclaim their time. Hit that like button to spread this truth to others searching for it. Subscribe so we can walk this path together day by day as you build a life of purpose. And in the comments below, tell me, what's the one goal you'll start investing your time in today? And what's the first step you'll take? Your words could inspire someone else to act, maybe even yourself. This is your moment, my friend. Use it, shape it, become it.